Yo, what's really good, everybody? It's your boy, Baby Dyce, and I'm back at it like a crack at it. Not with another reaction video today, you know what I'm saying? Right now I'm about to take this time out to explain what's been going on. Because I mentioned a few videos back that I was going to tell you how I was up with the GoFundMe thing. And I'm sure you noticed I haven't been posted. I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just pretty much going to take this time out to explain what's up. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so the GoFundMe, I'm going to start there, right? Alright. I came up with the idea because of watching other YouTubers, really, to be honest with you. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a legitimate reason why I did it. You know what I'm saying? Because, alright, let me just take you through this. Like I mentioned before, I mentioned in several videos about the car accident, my foot, and blah, blah, and you know. But let me explain. Alright. I worked overnight in a different city. I live in Palm Coast, Florida. I was working in Ormond Beach, Florida. Not that far, but it's out the city. So, I'm on my way to work. You know what I'm saying? Like I typically am, but I worked overnight. So it's like 10 something at night because I worked 11 to 7. So it's like 10 something at night. I'm driving. Everything's cool. I'll make it all the way to Ormond Beach. I'm literally looking where I work at. I'm looking at the building. I'm like, I can see it. And next thing you know, I'm waking up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fall asleep behind the wheel. I wasn't drunk driving, nothing like that. But I literally just passed out. Like I didn't pass out while driving. I passed out from the impact of the crash. And so I'm getting woken up to a flashlight in my face. I didn't even know it was a cop. I didn't know what was up. I didn't know anything. I just remember waking up and I just remember seeing lights and blood and glass. That's it. I was just like, what the fuck? You know. And then turned out, bong. It was a cop and the paramedics were there trying to figure out a way to get me out the car because the whole car was totaled. It was a mess. So I'm like, all right, what the hell is happening here? And you know, like I'm not feeling no pain yet. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm too in shock of everything. Like I'm not feeling nothing. I'm just, you know, like what the hell happened? And then so the cop is all in the window, like, can you feel your legs? Can you move your arms? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm fine. Like, I'm not sure, but I think I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, they pull me out, whatever, get me up out of there. And then while I'm on the stretcher, they're like, yeah, you realize you ran into a cop car. I'm like, nah, I don't realize anything. The last thing I remember was I was looking at my job, thinking about how my day's about to go. Well, my night, rather. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm paying it. Like, you know how it is. Like, you know, you about to get to work and you're like, all right, bomb. First thing I'm going to do is this and that. Get that out the way. Take my break around this time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about how my night going to go. My eyes on the road. I'm not texting. I'm not driving. I'm not, you know, none of that. I'm just in my zone. Long story short, this cop had to have come from nowhere. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to tell you more about that in a second. So, bomb. All of that happens. And then, so they're stitching me up because, like I said, my head busted. Like I don't know, you can see the scar still, but that scar is going to be there for a minute. Head busted wide open. I had a concussion, all this craziness. So yeah, I'm they over there stitching me up in my head, and I'm slowly starting to feel my foot. Like you know, so I'm not realizing how bad it is. Like you know, what I'm saying what happened is the drive shaft came through the floorboard and crushed my foot. So like now if you got both of your feet right and they lay out like that, one of my feet is like that permanently. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm always on the side, you know what I'm saying, of my foot. I can't lay it flat, not by itself, not without like pushing it out a little. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but I'm not realizing that yet. I'm just starting to kind of feel the pain because I'm starting to kind of calm down. So I'm just sitting there getting stitched up, and like where the door is, or where the room is that I'm in, is like adjacent with the hallway where the elevators are. So I look down the hallway while they're stitching me up, and I see these police officers, walking towards my room. So I'm thinking I'm going to jail. You know what I'm saying? This ties into the story as well because a lot of people's like, oh, well, why didn't you sue? Why didn't you, you know? Listen, I don't mean, you know what I'm saying, play the race card or nothing like that, but understand, I'm a young black male. You know what I'm saying? If the cops is letting me go, I'm taking it. I don't care what, like, what could have, oh, that's not right. You should have, you can't tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as I try to say anything, they're going to come up with something, some reason why I should pay them and be behind bars. That's the way I'm thinking. That's my honest truth right there. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? All the way real with you. I was happy to pay the ticket, which I didn't anyway. So I look and I see these cops coming. I'm like, yo, I'm going to jail tonight. Yo, it's a wrap. There's no way they letting me go. I just crashed into a cop car. Doesn't matter what I say. I'm going to prison tonight. I'm mentally preparing myself for this, right? So, boom, the cop comes in, and turned out he was actually kind of cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kinda. I say kinda because I still kind of ended up taking the wrath for that. I kind of taking the heat for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have to. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could have just been like, yo, you came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? What the hell is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's not how it ended up going. He was just like, yo, listen, I hate to do it to you, but I'm going to have to give you a ticket. I'm going to say it's reckless driving. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You just pay that and it's all good. And I was cool. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Much love. You know what I'm saying? Good looks. You know what I'm saying? I paid that immediately. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was no, I didn't think about it at all. Like, there was no question in my mind. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and pay that. Did that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, I broke my foot before. I figured out, like, yo, I'm going to heal up, get right back to work, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm alive. It's all good. So, I'm in the hospital for a little bit, sitting and chilling. And then it comes down to my foot. You know what I'm saying? Once, you know what I'm saying, my head is all patched up and I'm in there, whatever. They got my foot in this cast thing or whatever. They take x-rays and all that. And so I'm thinking, like, you know, whatever surgery they may have to do, whatever. Turns out not to be the case. They was like, the way it broke, you know what I'm saying, I completely shattered my ankle. So there's no ankle there no more. You know what I'm saying? And the way it's healing, it's gonna be at an angle, like, you know what I'm saying? So you're no longer gonna be able to, like, stand up straight and lay your feet flat like that. Your foot that's broke is gonna be like that, like forever. Unless they said, they did give me an option. They said unless we re-break it, like, it was like we could break it again, and then, you know what I'm saying, like, hit you with the pins and all that, and, like, hold your foot straight, and it could re-heal that way. But then that leaves room for infections and this is that and all these other things. And so I'm just like, mind you, in the midst of all of this, I don't have any insurance at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I work at the damn gas station. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. I don't think that's wise. Like, where am I at now? I'm looking at the bills, and I'm already like $15,000 in debt, you know, to the hospital just for that, just for what I've already, you know, been going through. Now you're talking about re-breaking my foot and going through another surgery. That's going to add, like, I'm like, hell no. I'm like, will I be all right, though? They was like, yeah, you'll be all right. You're just going to be in pain a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to reevaluate what you do for a living. You know what I'm saying? Because I was used to being on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was working at gas stations. I worked at factories. I worked Target. I've done T-Mobile. Everything I've ever done in life involves sales and me being on my feet. Like, you know, so I've never done a real sit-down job before. I've had one in my lifetime, and I'm going to tell you that in a second. So, boom. I'm like, all right, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't even go back to work. I mean, I could, but they're not going to, like, you know, I spoke to my boss about it and everything, because he had no problem rehiring me. You're a great worker, like, that's fine. You got your job, but you got to be able to do the job. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, right. And right now I can't. So he was like, well, see how this goes. So my foot heals. I go back to my last x-ray, and they're like, yeah, your bone's completely solidified, and it's stuck like that. Like, you know, it's going to suck. You're going to feel that. I'm like, all right. And sure enough, I do. Like, I can't stand up that long. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could stand up for a while. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 hours at tops. But like an 8-hour shift, there's no fucking way. Like, nah. Because it's not like that it's just pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing you could deal with, right? But it's not that. It's like it swells up, and then it becomes like almost unfunctional. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I can't walk on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I stand on my foot too long, I eventually have to end up hopping around or something. You know, hence the walker back there. Yeah, I still use that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time. I don't need it every day, but a lot of the times I do still end up having to use that walker because of the foot. in which case I can't work your typical job. Like, something I can sit at the desk at. Yeah, but I don't have much experience in that. So, anyway, that's where the idea for the GoFundMe came about. So, did I do that immediately? No. My first instinct was, all right, boom, well, I could do YouTube. Let me go ahead and try to start a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I hear people make money from it, blah, blah, blah. Let me go ahead and try that. So I started up a YouTube channel, and at the time I already had one, but it was for music at the time. I wasn't really expecting to make no money off it. It was just another avenue for people to hear me, my music anyway. Excuse me. But no, what I ended up doing was I ended up getting this job working with NextRep and working for Grubhub from home. So I was able to be here, work from home, and that was fine for a minute. I think it was contracted in. And NextRep ended up canceling their contract with Grubhub and also my contract, obviously, because of that. So I lost the job, and I tried to reapply, whatever, but they was like, yo, Bob, we don't need nobody right now. So I'm like, damn. All right, so I can't get NextRep back. I can't really go back to what I'm used to doing. I live in Palm Coast, Florida. If you know nothing about Palm Coast, Florida, you could Google it or whatever. There's nothing out here. There's no public transportation. There's no buses. And even if there was, I need money to pay it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But there's not. There's just no buses. There's taxis. You could get that. That's what, like, at minimum, like $10 a trip, no matter where you're going. You know what I'm saying? No money, no car. My car's totaled. You know what I'm saying? Nothing I could really do. So it's like, all right, boom. Let me try to get Social Security or something like that, or some kind of, some kind of government assistance. I go ahead and I try that, and they tell me with a straight face, we can't really help you because it's just your foot. You can still work desk jobs. So I apply for every desk job possible. Don't get nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I could go in circles with this all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tried it. They're not. It's not happening. And there's not much of that out here. But that was their excuse of why that I couldn't get it. Was because though I'm not able to do the jobs I'm used to, I still can do a job. So I was like, all right, fine. Let me go ahead and stick with this YouTube thing. Let me see how this go. You know what I'm saying? And no doubt, shout out to all you new subscribers out there. I appreciate y'all for real. And something like, all right, let me go ahead and try this. It's not really moving at this pace I needed to. You know what I'm saying? I got things piling up now. You know what I'm saying? I'm way more in debt than I've ever been in my life. So I decided, hey, let me go ahead and try to get a GoFundMe account. So I did that. And I uploaded it, and I seen a few people had seen it. Like, it tells you how many people viewed your page. I think it was like 70 or something like that. Never got a cent, not even a penny. And it's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I let it be known, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessary. And I'm not used to taking handouts anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, it's fine, whatever. But at the same time, I still need some kind of help. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just didn't know where else to go. It's like, why not create a GoFundMe? So I think where I messed up was the amount I was asking for without explaining why it's that amount. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see some people, they might, ask for like $5,000. And I think, like, I'm going to put up another GoFundMe. But I think I'm going to drop the price down to $5,000. And I'm going to use that one just to get a car. Because if I got a car, then I don't have to be in Palm Coast. And I can go to Daytona or Ormond or something like that. And I could get a desk job out there. You dig what I'm saying? But I can't make moves without a car. I can still drive, you know what I'm saying, the foot's crooked, but I can still drive. But in my city where I'm at, Palm Coast, nah, there's nothing out here. I swear there's not. You know what I'm saying? Google it. If you really want to, like, act like you live in Palm Coast and try to find a job out here. Tell me what pops up. You see anything other than what I've already mentioned, let it be known. Ain't nothing out here, man. So yeah, I'm gonna put up another GoFundMe. I'm gonna drop the price down to $5,000. I'm gonna try to get a car with that, so that way I can use that car to, get another job. So there's that. And that was pretty much the whole GoFundMe thing. I know that was long as hell. Like, y'all probably been lost interest, but that's what that was. Now you got the fact that I haven't posted in about 2 weeks. Now, that's more personal. That's I've honestly okay. I'll just be transparent. I've been depressed. Okay, not depressed in the sense of like I'm gonna kill myself today. Not that that thought hasn't crossed my mind, but I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry about it. Don't gotta call nobody on me. I'm good. I'm not gonna kill myself. But I have been depressed, and that's because of family issues, relationship issues, my situation I'm in right now, like financial issues, like everything. It's just like you get to a point where it's just like, what's the point of living even? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't even, you don't feel motivated to do it because you feel like there's nothing you can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was in a relationship 10 years. Shorty gone. It's not that she don't want me back, but it's like, nah, I gotta go way too deep into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm that's not happening. And then so I ended up in a new situation, and that's, you know how it is, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just gets depressing, you know what I'm saying? And then things with my family on top of all of that, it becomes, you get like a really lonely feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just feel alone in the world. You know what I'm saying? And some people feel that all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they still got motivation, right? They'll be like, oh, well, I got kids to worry about. I can't be spending my time worrying about that. I got kids to look after. I don't have any kids. You know what I'm saying? Or they got like, whatever. They got something to worry about, something to care for, something to keep them going. I don't got nothing but myself. It's just me. You think what I'm saying? So it gets really lonely, and that loneliness becomes depression really quickly. You dig? And with that, you don't really want to put nothing out, right? Like, I haven't posted on, I post on Facebook every now and again, but not like that. I don't be on Instagram like that. You know what I'm saying? I get on, I might like some other people's stuff, but I don't be posting on that. And so that bleeds into YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like reacting to videos. I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fun. You know what I'm saying? I like doing it. And obviously, I'm not doing it for money. I'm not getting paid. I don't have enough subscribers and none of that yet. So I do it because I like it. You know what I mean? But when you're depressed, you really don't feel like doing anything. I haven't wrote a song since the last song I wrote, which is, I don't even know it. Like, I have ideas too. It's not like my ideas stop in I have brain farts or writer's block. It's like, I can't write no more. Like, I could write like 10 songs today. I don't feel like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be so down, and like, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to, be depressed with me and shit. Even though misery does enjoy company, you don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't. But, so that's why I've been going for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So there's really no excuse. Like the other times, like, you know what I'm saying, when I went to North Carolina and Atlanta, I really did. And, the time before that, I think my internet went out. Like, yeah, that really happened. This time right here, like, I really just was not in the mood. I was feeling depressed, man. But enough of all of that. That's as transparent as I could be today, man. I don't know how long this video is yet because I ain't got no timer on this. But I'm sure it's been long as fuck. And that's all I got for this one, man. Like, I'm going to upload a couple of videos today. I'm going to try to get back in the groove of things and, keep it going. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, things, take a due turn, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully life goes in a different direction for me, man, because, like I said, it's hard. Like, it's hard for everybody, no doubt, but it was hard for me before I broke my foot. Now, it is really, really hard. But I ain't no quitter. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, baby Dyce, man. I'm up out of here early.